gorgeous people. So I just finished editing my last part to the Alaskan Cruise, and while I'm sitting here packing for another vacation, I realized that I forgot to share a few things with you all that I wanted to really share. The first thing is the gratuity. Carnival does charge a gratuity per person, and I listed them here so you all can kind of view how it is calculated, just so there's no surprises when you get on the cruise. And I think it's 2 days before you're getting ready to debark off the cruise, they send you your final bill, and I don't want anyone to be surprised about the additional fee that you will see on that bill, which is the gratuity. You do have 2 ways to be able to pay for this. You can either pay by logging on to carnival.com and signing into your account and prepaying for the gratuity prior to getting on the cruise, or you can pay, like I said, on that last day or 2 days before you're getting ready to get off the ship. They'll just charge the gratuity to your Sail and Sign account. So your Sail and Sign account is the way that you pay for everything on the ship. The ship is cashless. Obviously, you can always give cash tips to your room stewardess or like the bartenders and stuff like that. But anything far as purchasing a drink or going to like the specialty restaurants and stuff, you do have to charge those items to your Sail and Sign account. And this is something that you will set up prior to going on the ship. So that will be like adding your credit card or your debit card to your account, which will allow Carnival to charge you for anything that you pay for on the ship or anything that you purchase on the ship. When it comes to souvenirs from the gift shops, going to the auctions and things like that, all of that will be charged directly to your Sail and Sign account. So those are the 2 different ways that you can pay for your gratuity. So the last thing that I wanted to mention is, let's say you did not purchase the drink package and you want to bring on like pop or soda for some people. I call it pop, but anywho, so if you want to bring on something like that, you can bring a case of pop on, 1 per person. And as you can see here, I listed right off of the Carnival website, you can't bring anything in plastic bottles or glass bottles. The only exception to the glass bottle is if you want to bring, let's say, a bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne. And all the information is here for you all to review it at your own leisure and make sure that I'm not forgetting anything that's directly from Carnival. So those were the 2 things that I really wanted to mention, just so you would know and you would be aware if this was your first time cruising. And then on to my final tip before we get into the last video here is the app for Carnival. So here's the app that you can download, and I recommend downloading it before you get on the ship, just so you don't have to worry about cell signal or anything like that. I would suggest to do that. So once you get on the ship, you're good to go. So with this app, you will be able to check out the different things here, as you can see, far as what restaurants are open, what activities are going on the ship at that particular time, what excursion options you have. You can also purchase excursions within inside of the app as well. As you can see, I purchased an excursion in the app, and I did this because one of the excursions I bought prior to getting on the ship had ended up getting canceled because not enough people had purchased that excursion. So Carnival did refund me my money back for that excursion, and since I still wanted something to do, I decided on this other excursion for my mom and I. So those are just a few things I wanted to show you all before we get into this last video. It is day 5, gorgeous people, and we are pulling into the capital of Alaska, which is Juneau. The city was amazing, as were all the different ports and cities that we visited on this amazing trip. At this particular port, we decided not to purchase an excursion, and we just kind of hung out around the pier and just visited all the different shops that they had. They have some pretty cool history information at this particular pier, so if you do go, I would say check that out. Read it and just learn a few different things about that particular location. As we were walking around the pier, we came across these seaplanes, and it was pretty cool to watch them take off and land. I can't recall if this was an excursion you can purchase off of carnival.com, but there was like a little shop on the pier that you were able to purchase this particular activity. And I know that they went around to see a few of the different glaciers. So if that's something you want to check out, make sure you do that as soon as you get off the ship. Now, this place was amazing. Tracy's King Crab Shack. I would definitely recommend this restaurant if you love king crab legs. They also have regular snow crab legs, but we particularly wanted to enjoy the king. So this restaurant gets pretty busy pretty quickly, so we stood in line probably about 15-20 minutes prior to it opening. And this line I'm going to show you here is what it looks like before it actually opened. Once we got inside, the line just continued to grow, but it was really fast service. It's a shared kind of experience. So the tables are first come, first serve. You kind of just sit down and whoever else would like to join you will sit next to you. So that was pretty cool. After lunch, we just headed down the street to walk around the pier some more, see what different shops they have. They had some jewelry stores, as always, a few different souvenir stores, and they had this really cool bamboo bedding store. So that was interesting. If you're looking for bedding and you want bamboo, they do have it here at Juneau. And I know you can ship it back home, so you don't have to worry about taking it back on board. Now it's time for us to leave Juneau. It was really amazing. I was so shocked to see this beautiful beach in Alaska. I don't know why I didn't assume there would be beaches there, but it was a pretty cool view. It is day 6. We have arrived in Ketchikan, and today I'm so excited because I get to do my zipline excursion, which I have been waiting for this entire vacation. So I'm going to take you on my journey of going on this amazing zipline experience. So after we got off the ship, we headed to these buses, as you can see back there in the corner. There they are. We got on those buses and those transported us to our excursion here. And then we're going to get on one of these trucks and it's going to take us to the top of the hill where we are going to start our ziplining experience. So there were 2 excursions at this particular location, the Rainforest Excursion and then the Zipline Excursion. We all took the same exact bus and then they just split us up once we got to our destination. Now we're on our way to the top of the hill. This ride was probably about 3 to 5 minutes. Once we made it to the top of the hill, we entered into like this little cabin, I guess you can call it. And you were able to use the restroom. We also got all of our safety equipment out of here, so they explained how to put it on and how to use it. Once everyone was settled and had all of their equipment on, now it was time to put everything we had just learned in a brief explanation into action. Here we are able to kind of test out our zipline experience to see if this is something we think we can actually do. And as you can see here, my mom is getting ready to take off. She was really scared because this was her first time ziplining, but she did a great job. So everyone went, I think it was about 9 of us or so, and it was a really fun time. Ziplining, guys, in Alaska. Now we're on the Canopy bridges, I believe it is called. So it has been an adventure, and I'm gonna keep taking y'all with me. So much fun. The views up here are amazing. Light is good. You see it? Y'all see that light? So we are about to do another zip line, y'all. Take a look.
A big old tree.
Doing pretty good.
Right now? No. Like when we did it with Matt. Yeah. So.
We gotta go all the way over there, y'all.
Excuse me, I gotta come around. I gotta join you.
So we are, I think, almost done. Zipline excursion was awesome. We had like 7 zip lines that we did and 3 of these bridges that we had to walk across. I would highly recommend this tour. The view was amazing. Weather was good. I was so happy it did not rain today. So I'll check back in with y'all later. So after the excursion, we were in downtown Ketchikan and we just kind of roamed around near the pier and we came across this pretty cool little park. It was called Whale Park. Now, it's not like a really large park by any means. It's pretty much as big as you can see here. And it just has some nice little flowers in here. And I believe the ground inside of the actual park was kind of shaped in the form of a whale. So it was just a little something to, I guess, give tribute to Ketchikan. So that was just something neat to see. And like I said, you can see the flowers here. And it was pretty nice just to step inside and see what was over there. We thought about getting onto the ship early, but I decided let's take another lap and make sure we didn't miss anything. They have the souvenir stores, as all of the ports pretty much have something for you to check it out. Ketchikan is probably the largest of the ports that we visited when it came to the Alaskan ports. They had more shops and they also had a ton more restaurants. So if you didn't see anything in Juneau, which also had more restaurants than Icy Strait Point, I would say check out Ketchikan for some of their great food options. We didn't eat anything out here in Ketchikan. We just kind of walked around and headed back to the ship and ate lunch there. Alright, so now it's time to head back to the ship and see what we're gonna have for lunch. I know I gave you all a few tours of the ship, but I promise you the ship is so large. This was my first time seeing this restaurant and I didn't get to try it because they were still closed and obviously setting up, as you can see here. But whenever it is open, if you do get on this ship, go back there and try it out. Food looked pretty good. They were still cooking some of it. So this is free of charge and you can have at it as much as you would like. I did find this other restaurant on the same day called The Deli and I ordered a buffalo chicken sandwich, which was really good. As you can see, those 2 people down there were actually waiting in line because this line gets pretty long. I was here obviously when it opened and I still had to wait about 30 minutes to get my food just because I had continued to explore and I missed my spot in line. So this is back here by the Serenity area, which is adults only. So you have to be 21 and over to be in this particular area. So I just hung out here for a minute. Would y'all believe I found a third restaurant on this same day? It's actually directly above the 2 restaurants I showed you. I believe it's level 10. And it's actually a barbecue restaurant. So I actually got that food before I got my chicken sandwich. And that was really good. I didn't like the mac, but the brisket was good. After lunch, I headed over here where they have some Carnival Games set up for us to play. I more so just kind of hung out, watched people play games. And they had some really good music playing. So I just chilled out here for a moment. So later that evening, we had a glow stick dance party. I didn't get to really participate or stay over here that long because I was actually headed to dinner. It was our last elegant night for dinner, so I really wanted to just hang out with my table mates because they were really fun to hang out with during the cruise. After dinner was over, we headed over to this game show. I'll give you guys a peek of what that was here.
The next scenario is this. It is Jurassic Park and all the dinosaurs are out. Show me. You were very quick. God bless you. Oh, she's got for oh, no, careful! That is not sturdy in the slightest. Oh god. Oh, I just see this is not gonna go well. Be careful, please. Okay. Freeze! Okay. Brant, you look fabulous. Alright, Now I'm gonna go with Brandstein for this one. Brandstein. Please.
All right, it's day 7, the last port, and I actually did not get off the ship on this day because we got in so late, and all of the excursion reviews that I read, there wasn't really much to do, so I actually just stayed on board. Overall, I really enjoyed my Carnival Alaskan Cruise, and I will highly recommend this cruise to anyone who wants to view Alaska. Thank you for watching. It has been a blast sharing with you all. I hope you enjoy. Until next time, go out there and make memories that will last a lifetime.